What's up, guys? Today we're headed out to Dewey Rock Crawl. I don't know. Dewey something. It's Branson, Missouri. So getting up early, heading out to go crawl. This is a family vacation, so I'm really trying to not take time away from the family. So I've been getting up early, going out exploring, trying to find good places to crawl. I found this little spot that's pretty good for the 24s. And actually meeting up with Mike today. So I'm at a four-way stop here. People are looking at me weird. Meeting up with Mike, and I just want to say I appreciate him reaching out, saying he was somewhat in the area. He made a drive this morning to come crawl with us, or with me. As you can see, the family wagon here is empty. So it's just me going out this morning. But thanks, Mike, for being willing to make a little bit of a drive to come over here and crawl with me this morning. So definitely looking forward to meeting you, and on the way, about 5 minutes out hopefully, and we'll be getting some crawling in. It's a nice beautiful drive out here. This is Table Rock Lake, if anybody knows the area. If you're coming to this area, there's an app that I found. It's called All Trails, and I signed up for a free 7-day trial just while we were here on this trip. But I think I'm going to keep the app, actually, because it's like $30 for a year, 35 bucks for a year, I think. And it shows like where all the trails are. Well, not all of them, I'm sure, but quite a few trails. So I went out one morning just exploring walking trails. Like I went out, I probably walked about 5 miles out walking trails, just trying to find some decent rock. Sorry for the huffing and puffing, guys. I'm about half mile in right now. And I'm old, fat, don't do this a lot, so huffing and puffing already, but very beautiful out here. There was a pretty good creek up here on the right, but it was a pretty good walk to get to it, and then you had to get down in the creek. So this spot out here is very easy to get to. It's right off the parking lots. There's not a ton, but there's some really good lines out here. All right, so we made it to Table Rock, right? This is Table Rock?
Yeah, Table Rock Lake.
Okay, you know it all better.
Yeah.
And check this thing out.
Rainbow over there.
Oh, wow. Let's even got the rainbow. It's just meant to be for us to be out here crawling. But check this bug out. Oh, that's so sick. So you was getting ready to explain it.
So her name's Long Bitch. It started out as a deadbolt. That basically the only deadbolt left on it right now is the axles. Side has the Mofo pancake.
Heck yeah. Oh yeah.
And then I run the hairbands in the front. Steal those from the kid.
Yep.
Saves you some money.
I'll put those on everything.
Sure.
Got the long rear end. It's gonna be,
so
that's gonna do some uphill stuff for sure.
I stretched it all.
Yeah.
So it was, like I said, this is pretty much the only stock parts on it right now. So
absolutely. So we got a really cool spot out here. We're about to do it. I love that body. It looks so good. So I think Mike's build has inspired me that I'm going to have to put a hard body bug on something. So look for that coming soon for sure. You'll see here I started out with these new brass style 1.3 wheels from Injora with the 1.0 pins stretched on them. I really like that combo. I have the other 1.3 wheels that I run later just because they were a little more broke in, but I do like these brass wheels. They got a good weight to them. And I think once I get the tires broke in on this set, this will be a pretty good combo as well. That's what happens. I bet I can hop over it maybe. Yep. So we had a great time out here messing around crawling. I was thrilled that I actually found somewhere to crawl this time. Last time I was out this way, I just really didn't find anything that was simple to get into like this. And come to find out, Mike crawled this place fairly often. He said it was just a quick jump across the lake on his boat to be over here. And he actually said when the water was down a little more, there was a lot more crawling to be done. But this was a pretty good little spot for the 24s. And I have quite a bit of footage from here. There was another day that my father-in-law went and I went out. So I ran my hard body ascent. So I got a lot of really cool footage of hitting some of these lines and some different lines with the hard body ascent and his SCX24. So I'll probably post up another just running video of that day out here as well. But lots of really cool lines here, and finally got to run the Echo a little bit, testing out, trying those new 1.3 wheels there. You've probably seen them, but just playing around with wheels and tires. I'm always just kind of swapping things out, just seeing what will do what. But still think I'm gonna tweak on the suspension a little bit on that thing. But overall it did pretty well. Being just a little bit shorter, I struggled on some uphill stuff, but pretty pleased with how it ran overall. The hobby wing system in there has been amazing. I'm running a decent amount of overdrive in the axles just to get lots of wheel speed. So on 3S I've got crazy wheel speed, but still a really, really good slow crawl. Like, I don't even notice it jumping at all. Nowhere in the transition of the throttle does it feel like it nudges a bit or anything. It's just really smooth. And I love how small it is. It fits in this build perfectly. The motor's tiny, so I'm able to run it facing forward. The SE's pretty tiny as well. You've got some extra wires. You can cut those, or you can just ball them up and put them in some shrink wrap or something, and it fits great in a build like this. I do think I'm going to make the switch to ISO axles. The X15s are a great solid axle, but I just cannot beat the ISOs. With the steering they have, it just totally changes a build. And with these X15s, I just always seem to hang the rear diff on everything. That's what's holding me up right here. So I'm thinking about taking a couple screws out of the bottom of the diff cover and just grinding the heck out of it, because it's always just snagging on stuff. Oh, you lost a headlight.
Oh no, another piece off.
True Volkswagen style.
That's right, bud.
So I'll bounce back and forth between wheels and tires a little bit, just to kind of try out different setups. I was running the landmines that I scrubbed in with the Endura inserts in them, the printed ones or silicone, whatever they are. If you haven't seen my previous videos on all that, I cut those down, and those tires work really good on some builds. It seems to be like a heavier build. They work great. Like my Sin 18 hard body, when I post the running footage here with it, I ran those a lot and it ran amazing. On this build, being a little lighter, I got quite a bit of bounce with those silicones. So that's why I like the 1.3 wheel here with the Endura pin tires just stretched onto them. They stretch on just fine. I run the stock foams, and those stock foams kind of break down over time. That's why I sort of went back to this wheel and tire combo setup versus the brand new ones, because the brand new tires on the goldish looking wheels, they just hadn't been broke in at all, and so I didn't feel like they were grabbing as good. I do need to kind of scrub those tires in when I get a chance, but I like the 1.3 kind of shrinks the sidewall a little bit to where you don't get as much sidewall fold with those tires, but you still get a really good soft grip. I was happy to see when I showed up, Mike was running the pins as well and said they did really well out here, because like I said, I'd been out here a few days earlier and played around with some stuff and ran the pins a little bit, just kind of seeing how they would do. And I felt like, in my mind, the pins were working really well out here. But it's always nice to kind of confirm, like, okay, what I was thinking, my testing kind of matches, what other people are thinking, especially when it's somebody that's local to the area. And so I was just thrilled that when I showed up and had the pins, was thinking, okay, I think the pins do well out here, that he also had the pins and thought the same thing. So, I'm not just crazy and like prefer the pins or something, but I found some decent lines out here, and it was pretty cool for me. Like, we were out there a few days earlier, like I said, when I kind of found the place, and my father-in-law ran his SCX24 and I ran my hard body ascent, and we hit a lot of lines that were slightly different. Some of the same lines, but some different lines that were just more fun to run with those style trucks. and then come out here with the buggy here and find other things to hit. So it kind of shows you how two different trucks can be totally enjoyable in different ways. You know, you can take a trail truck and run a spot and have a blast with it, and then you can go out with something like this and hit completely different lines sometimes, or even the same, and enjoy it in a whole different way. So I just had a great time out here.
I don't need to play with these toys to be able to afford them.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. So just had a quick little session out with Mike from Wintucky Shine. Go check out his channel because he was shooting some footage while we were out there as well. So he'll have some stuff on his channel, I'm sure. But you're not going to meet a nicer guy. So go give him some support. Subscribe, like, comment, let him know, you know, you're stopping by from maybe watching this video or whatever. But I just want to say, this is my favorite part of this hobby, is just getting out and meeting people. So I appreciate him and his wife. Driving over is a little bit of a drive for them to come crawl with me, and that's just, I love it. And I appreciate them doing that, because that is my favorite part of this hobby. People think I'm full of it when I say like meeting people and just talking and chilling. Like I could have just sit there and talked to them all day. So really appreciate them coming out. Appreciate you guys sticking around watching this video. And let me know where you're at. Maybe someday I can make it out to wherever you're at, and we'll hit up some cool spots. So I appreciate you guys.